Okay guys, welcome back. Last episode we got the motor painted. This episode we're gonna go ahead and start getting it assembled. We got it flipped over here. We're gonna put our new windage tray, new oil pickup, and new oil pan. So we are going to use, I believe it's a 1999 to 2002 F-body oil pan, GM oil pan. Went ahead and got the windage tray for that too, and the oil pickup, since the truck one's not going to work with this. So we're going to go ahead and get our, like I said, new windage tray and or oil pickup. So on this, you're gonna have to watch out when you go to do this with a Millings oil pump. You gotta make sure you have the right O-ring on your right pickup. So I'm gonna bring you down here and we'll get this on. Like I said, we're gonna be putting this oil pan on, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our windage tray. Like I said, this is a new OEM for a 1999 to 2000 Camaro. Got our old windage nuts here, windage tray nuts from the other one. Go ahead and put them on. Garage is getting a little cramped in here. We had quite a bit of snow last night, so snow blowers in here. So, and get these started. I'll skip this one because that's where our pickup's going to hook up to. And I'll run these down. And these get torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. Okay, like I said on this, Millings has their own O-rings that they come with, and they recommend for this style of pickup. You guys can read that. So we actually have the figure 2, so we're going to run the black O-ring. And always I like to lubricate our O-rings here. So we're going to go ahead and throw a little bit of Vaseline on there. Lined up. Get started on her. Pick up. Now, I also went with milling. They make a brace for an oil pan pickup. So went ahead and picked up that. So you guys can see it. Need the brace. Like I said, it was 25 bucks, so I figured it was money spent. And all that does is go down on the other side of the oil pan pickup, and your pickup, and just braces it up. There's another hole down there for it. So I'm gonna get that installed and come back. So let's play a game. Ask me how I know. Before you put that bracket on, or before you put your front cover on, make sure you put your pickup tube in that bracket on, that extra support bracket. You can't get to it very easy. I had to end up taking a 10 millimeter, and you can see it's nice and tapered. Chalked it up in the drill and ground quite a bit of it off, because I'll take you down here. It's not easy to get to. Then you gotta torque that thing. So these bolts did get torqued to 106 inch-pounds. So I'll bring you down here and show you where that is and why you do it before you put the front cover on. So come down here. So you can see the bracket down there. What I can tell you is make sure you put that bolt on before you put this front cover on. I had to do, like I said, a little engineering on my tool. So put that on before you get the front cover on. Now that we got the pickup tube on, our windage tray, everything's torqued, we're going to go ahead and put our oil pan on. We'll get our new gasket going. We're going to use a little bit, just a very little bit of RTV back here on the front and rear seal, or the front and rear cover. So get that going, get the oil pan on. Okay, you're moving back up top. You got the oil pan all torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. There is a pattern that you want to follow when you go ahead and torque that down, so you can go ahead and look that up. But I am going to go ahead and get the valve covers on and keep rolling along here. So I went ahead and got all new Philipro gaskets for this stuff. Go ahead and get that started. Grab one of our bolts. And thread that in there. Use a little bit of Vaseline on this to help these get in there a little easier. So, wardrobe trains, as you can tell. Went ahead and flipped the motor over. I believe our last part was I was doing the oil pan. Got the oil pan on, torqued on. Went ahead and redid my coil pack, brackets, and sandblasted them and repainted them, and cleaned my coils up and did all the restoration on the bolts, which you guys have seen. Got my valve covers on, my new valve cover seals on. So I'll bring you down here, and then we'll go ahead and, just for fun to look at it, we'll go ahead and throw our intake on, so we can kind of get an overview of what it's going to look like. So here she is. Like I said, got our valve cover on, our new Felpro gaskets. Got my coils all cleaned up, repainted. So I'm going to stick you guys back on the tripod, and we'll stick this intake manifold back on. Okay, there she is. Beautiful intake manifold. Killed it. So just for shits and giggles, we gotta do this, just to bring that retro vibe back. This is not the air cleaner that's gonna go on it, but it's gonna be something like this. There she is. That's what she's gonna look like. We're gonna do a nice front drive assembly here. Trying to talk myself into going pretty nice on that. We still got our knock sensors yet to do. I'm gonna wait to do that until it's in the car. But yeah, little retro look for this car. So really fell in love with that with a few cars that I've seen on Instagram. So that's what I'm kind of going for. Just a little flare with the red. So everybody else usually does the Chevy orange, but yep, that's how we're gonna get it. Like I said, we're gonna do something kind of trick with that intake. As far as I know, that's what we're gonna do. This is the factory intake off the old motor, so yeah, it's kind of the vibe we're going for on this. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and roll this away a little bit. I'm going to split the transmission off the old motor back there, get that cleaned up and organized, and then next episode we're going to stick this thing in there, see how she fits. So I got a little bit of work to do that I'm just going to do on the side. I got to do, like I said, split the trans off that motor back there, do some cleanup, organizing. But yeah, another step closer. So by next episode, we'll have the motor mounts installed in the subframe. We're going with the factory clamshell style with some polyurethane inserts. Got a new polyurethane trans mount. Just gotta stick it all in there. So next episode, you'll see, we'll be taking this beautiful piece of work and sticking it in there. We'll get her all wrapped up and back together. So I'm gonna take some beauties here, and I keep saying, you gotta check out my socials, Instagram, my Facebook, and I hate to say it, but I just started a TikTok today. So with that, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. Get ready to stick this Heart power plant, bald eagle machine, whatever you want to call it, this little beauty that we spent so much time on, into this gorgeous car. So, alright, we'll see you guys later.